Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Boys in the Pod, the best episode of the month, the one where I host it. So, I'm joined today. Did someone's fucking alarm just go off in the background, or am I actually losing my mind? I just thought I heard like the ba-ding, ba-ding,
No, I didn't hear it.
Holy shit, guys, the heat is going to kill me. It's really hot where we live right now.
The sleeper agent signals.
Yeah,
Finally,
that's my fucking
David.
guys. I'm no longer a sleeper agent. I am going to shoot every single person I know.
Oh no,
that is not good. That was a joke. In Minecraft.
Welcome back to the podcast. Yeah, in Minecraft. Welcome back to the podcast.
Sorry.
If you interrupt me again, I'm gonna fucking. Do you ever see that clip of Randy Orton like RKO'ing his wife in a WWE ring? I'm gonna do that to Turtle.
I don't know who Randy Orton is. Wait, is that the guy that's in all the memes?
No, that's Vince McMahon.
Oh, I don't know who Randy
fucking
Orton
love
is.
Vince McMahon. He's so funny. There was a period in time where Vince McMahon was just walking around in a do-rag for some reason. I was talking a lot about Vince McMahon to Turtle Guy recently, and he's just so funny. He's just he was the founder of the WWE, and he was also a wrestler. So he's like he's like a performer, but he's fucking so funny. Like if you just watch a compilation, there's a compilation of him on YouTube of him just telling people to shut up. Funniest thing you'll ever watch in your life. You should look it up after this, or just edit it in, just splice in all of his shut ups.
Every couple seconds.
Anytime talks.
Yeah, shut up. He's got such a raspy voice of pure gravel. It's fantastic. How are we doing, boys? Though.
So I'm Cyber Prime and he's Turtle Guy.
I fucking tried saying that, but
I'm sorry, I did interrupt because apparently I'm in Denmark.
To be fair, my hallucinatory Apple alarm was what fucking threw me out of this reality and into the next. Because
you're getting called from the other side, David.
I swear to God, man, I feel like this is it for me.
But it is ridiculously warm.
It's so warm.
Stupidly warm.
It's too warm. We're not built for this. We don't have AC in this fucking. It's bullshit.
No, my radiators inside me are going to overdrive.
Your radiator? Oh, okay.
Get it? Joke.
I get it.
You
I
it,
have
cool.
a funny AC bit of small talk.
Yeah.
That is that is the weirdest lead into a story I've ever heard in my life. I have some funny AC small talk, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, very close.
Anyway, so
if only you were telling the story from Washington DC, we'd go to some AC/DC small talk. Guys, I'm gonna end the episode right now and also walk into the ocean.
David lives a little seaside bungalow. Got a little fishing place.
I live on like you ever see the guy from Dragon Ball Z? I don't know why the fuck I'm referencing Dragon Ball Z, by the way.
I haven't seen Dragon Ball Z.
Do you know the guy? I don't know how to fuck whatever. Kami House. It's just a house on top of an island in the middle of the ocean. That's where I live, and I'm gonna walk into the sea and die, like the pervert old man whose name Master Roshi. Is that his name?
Oh yeah.
I watched some Dragon Ball like 10 years ago. No more. Oh my god, I'm old. I'm not. I'm the normal age.
Yeah.
Turtle Guy.
What am I saying? I'm losing. Why am I hosting? I'm losing my fucking mind. Tell your AC story before my brain melts directly out of my
I'm gonna grab
head.
the ball and run. Okay, so in the area of which I work is pretty warm because there are dishwashers that I have to use, and the steam
Wait, you're not
is
supposed to
very
climb
warm.
into them.
What the fuck? Sorry, hang on. Like, for the last 30 seconds, it's been incredibly heavy rain, then all of a sudden it just stopped. Is the fucking Nope alien above my house?
Oh my god, you're done. Oh, Jean Jacket's coming to get you.
Literally, just completely, just instantaneously just shut off.
Well, that's really weird.
I know, if I just go fucking dark, you know, just don't look up.
Don't look up, man. That's a different movie.
Yeah, but it's the same concept.
No, one's about a meteor.
One's about a meteor.
No, but you don't look up at Gene Jack. Anyway, carry on,
true,
Turtle Guy, carry on with your story.
So
Fucking fantastic
in my work,
movie though.
Dishwashers, very warm.
We're talking about
there is
not
a hot fridge is the best way to describe it. It's an old fridge, and now they use like a heater, and it's a hot fridge to dry things. Anyway,
the worst kind of fridge.
So it's a dryer, one could say.
It's like a hot press.
No, a dryer.
But what is this purpose?
Why do you say that like Keanu Reeves?
It dries stuff.
It's not a dryer.
It dries stuff. Wait, is it drying its stuff? Is that its sole purpose?
Its purpose is to dry stuff.
Then why can it not be a dryer?
Because it was never meant to be. It was originally
never meant to be here.
as a fridge. It is now a hybrid.
It's an anomaly.
You shouldn't exist. This is what I yell to it every day. So, between that and the
Weirdly
dishwashers, it's a warm ass room. There used to be AC in this room, and it was beautiful, glorious. It'd keep you cool in the summer and warm in the winter.
That's literally
but you know
not
what
how
they
AC
did?
works. What the fuck?
Shut up. They stole it from me.
Who's
They took it away.
Ouch, am I? He's like the Green Goblin of AC. He's gonna start fucking blowing up this place.
They took it
A
away
bunch of
and
thieves
moved it
just-
to the next room.
Why?
Because apparently the people in the next room needed it, and I got stuck with a shitty fan.
Turtle Guy, when you leave this job, can we
can't
please
do this to
tell
me.
the story of the first time you told us what your job was? Because I don't want to make you tell it if you don't want to, but I think it's such a funny story.
I mean,
I don't even remember it.
Yo,
I remember when it happened as well.
we were going to
No,
see
I
a
do
motion
remember. I
picture.
remember when. I just don't remember how it was said.
I even
just
remember
remember
the signs we drove past.
I wish I remembered what he actually told us, because it was totally not what we interpreted it as.
Yeah.
But anyway,
there's
maybe that's a story
so
for
much
another day.
additional stuff to add to that. How I was
Yeah.
in that area, moved to another, moved back. Who knows why?
And then there was a frog loose, and he took over the
To
business.
this day.
Well, currently there's
He
a
ru-
cat
he
hanging
runs the
about,
place.
so clearly the frog is dead.
The cat's just muscle. The cat's like his
Yeah.
his tombstone.
So
Okay, no.
you've disappointed me. Kitten Whiskers, get in here.
I like how the frog is some kind of Italian mobster. The cat is just a cat. Like
Yeah.
it can't speak.
That's why the frog is in charge. He's the lips.
He's the what?
He's the talker, the lips. You know, you got the lips and then you got the
Oh,
legs.
froggy lips.
Oh, I don't like that description. But you ever
You
see
got
a
fe-
frog yawn? It's actually really adorable.
I fucking disagree. Anything a frog does is a
I've
fucking
seen
slight
it.
against God's judgment, and honestly, I think it should all be eliminated.
But no, I've seen a video and it was actually
What are
really adorable.
No, they're not. Wait, what kind of frog was that? Because there's a specific frog.
I
that
don't know. I
gel
think
with.
it might have technically been a toad. It was a little greeny,
Oh,
yellow,
no.
warty kind of guy. But his
No,
eyes went
definitely.
all like poofy and like his mouth was like so. Oh, it was really it was funny. It was nice.
Was the toad drinking a smoothie? But
No, it was a
Shut
frog.
the
I
fuck
think.
up. Never fucking talk to me ever again. That's
you
terrible.
say that, but I refuse.
How do we this isn't the topic obviously, but just I'm curious.
No.
How do you guys handle the heat?
I don't, I'm
I
dying.
fight the sun.
I've been contemplating
I
shooting the
lace up the
sun.
gloves and I fight the sun.
David fucking punches the rays back towards the sun.
Yeah.
So he like deflects.
How do you
Superman
like it?
style.
He's perfect comboing it and then just flies back.
Every time I see the sunlight coming through my window, it's like Batman Arkham City. I just see like fucking. I just hit triangle and I parry it and break its legs.
flies
Now
back.
talk.
You're interrogating this sunlight.
Yeah, I want to know who he works for.
They all,
Losing
have,
my mind, guys.
they all have the
It's-
same name.
It's hot. I'm tired.
It's the
it's
sun.
fun.
But the son of who? I can't find any more details than that.
Alfred, do a search for sun.
Why do you keep saying Damien?
Who the? No, the yellow one. I mean the one in the sky. I didn't mean that like that. Alfred, are you there? Alfred just quit. Anyway, guys. Hey, you know what happens when you're warm? You're sweating. What's the opposite of warm? This is the worst lead into a topic. It's
You want
cold.
me to give you a better lead-in?
Shut the fuck up! I
I am curious to see what he would give. So can Turtle Guy go?
Yeah,
Or
we'll
what?
do.
I
Well,
guess
can-
you could. Okay, David.
Can I do mine
What
first?
happens to you when you see a frog?
I guess no.
I guess I can't go first. It's my topic, you son of a fuck.
I'm helping you.
You're hurting me.
You're like
Maybe.
the advisor to like a president that's basically in control because you just keep telling the president what to do.
All
Yeah.
right, Mr.
It's like
President.
worm tongue.
Yeah, worm tongue. I couldn't think of
What happens when you get cold? you
the Ice Age.
I become happy.
get goosebumps.
Oh.
I love the cold.
I love the cold too. To be fair,
Me
I
too.
don't
was saying
feel
this
it,
to
but I
Turbo
like
earlier.
it.
My best fits.
I see
Come out in the
snow
cold.
and I fucking dance around in it like a wizard.
I doubt that.
I don't see that happening.
Well, we'll
So
just
we
have to wait
watched
until
Turtle
it
Guy
snows.
slow mo run around the room today.
I want to know what dancing like a wizard looks like. I want to see that now. Next time there's snow, I'm gonna do a stakeout outside Turtle Guy's home residence.
I'm gonna see 3 cars pull up outside my house.
No, I'm gonna be in my. I'm gonna be in my ghillie suit.
I do.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but if it's snowing everywhere, you're probably gonna stick out in a fucking ghillie suit.
No, I'll just stay perfectly still so the snow is comfortable enough to form around me like fish in the water, and then I will be able to see perfectly.
So I won't notice the fucking ghillie suit just standing outside my house.
I'm not gonna be standing up, my guy. What the fuck is the point of a ghillie suit if you stand upright in the field?
How are you going to see me?
With binoculars, goddammit.
So today's topic is
talking about a ghillie suit standing upright in a field staring a turtle guy in the snow would not have been on my bingo cards for this topic. I will admit.
This is the least relevant thing we've ever discussed. Yeah, so today's topic is kind of like a spiritual sequel to... Shut the fuck up. To... So... I heard the iPhone again.
Whenever you hear the sound, it's like your head flips and you just go into assassin mode for like a millisecond.
This is such a shambles. This is the worst one we've ever done.
It's so warm.
So warm.
We're all so hot that our productivity, like our mechanisms, are just not working.
Abandon the topic and just complain about the heat.
No, well, that's not up to you to decide, Turtle Guy. You're not in charge.
Stop trying to fucking hijack my episode, talking about frogs, and tell me to abandon it. Oh, you're making me so angry. You're making me so furious.
And very fast.
I'm so fast, man. I'm fucking zooming around right now. Just can't stop me. My roommate would always do that when I used to live with him. He would always say he was going to do the most mundane task, and then he would go, "And you can't stop me." And it always made me laugh. He's like, "Alright, I'm just going to really quickly just jump in the shower, and you can't stop me." It's like, I wasn't going to try, so go for it. Anyway, guys, today's topic is hype moments in fiction. We're finally here. We've done it. We're at the topic. Goodbye. Thanks for listening. Episodes every Friday. I'm a puddle. Yeah, so we're just, it's kind of, as I was going to say, it's sort of a semi-spiritual sequel to TV Moments, which was the vaguest title in history now that I look back on it.
Yeah, I know.
I had a better title, but I didn't want to give Cyber the job of changing it.
What? Wait, what was your better title?
Moments in TV that make you cry.
That's like fucking a sentence, goddammit. Yeah. We're not putting a sentence as the title.
Sad TV moments!
So, excerpt 1, volume 1, the man that was watching the sky that as it fell upon the earth, and then it said to him, go watch Turtle Talks, and that's the entire title. We're not doing anything like that. We need short, snappy things that you can search. Turtle Talks is part of the Bible. That was the bit of the Bible that gave me the goosebumps. I was looking, I was like, whoa, what the fuck is Turtle Talks?
Oh my god, the Turtle Guy cameo. The Turtle Guy cameo went so hard.
Apocalypse.
Oh man, it does. The fucking chrysalis bit, so cool.
No, we need to do an episode.
We do. Well, only if Turtle Guy wants to. But one hype moment that I could start it. Can I start this?
Please start it. Please, for the love of fucking God, start it before I start talking about Turtle Guy lore or some other shit that makes my brain actually fall out my nose and I die live on video, because that will happen one day, and I hope it's
I'm actually sometimes hired to do lobotomy.
I've got so much to live for these days.
No, you're not.
When the equipment ain't working, they bring me in. It's like, oh, okay.
What do you do?
I really wish Hoover was here, man.
Oh man, he could join and then just be like, he'd be in like a fucking.
He'd be such a guiding light in this dark hour.
I don't think he would. I think he'd join in.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
All right, what's your start? Go. Please, I'm begging you.
He's melting away.
Our sanity is being burnt to a crisp.
That scene in fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark, he's melting.
Yeah, I'm just above the cusp of uncomfortable. That's the worst part. I'm not like
yeah,
dying.
It's just a little bit sticky.
Don't ever say that to me again. That collection of words made me so uncomfortable. Please say your hype moment before I... Please, I'm going to start crying.
But the tears would just evaporate. There'll just be steam coming out of your eyes.
The tears feel like more sweat.
They called it Steam because the company was called Valve.
This is just going to be an hour of incoherent laughter.
It's going to just be us trying to start the top, but not being able
Can I sit in the freezer?
How long have we been doing this?
Like 15, 20
Okay,
minutes.
okay, gentlemen, let's get this out. Okay, everybody breathe.
Okay, hold on.
Breathe
Oh my God,
Guy,
I'm
did you
war.
mention your
Breathe
freezer?
in. Breathe in. Good. Now they're quiet. Breathe out. And again.
Oh.
And in. Out.
And in and
Are we relaxed?
I mean, yeah, I think so, actually.
No, I'm
Okay.
chill, man. I'm fucking cool. Cool as a cucumber. Let's go.
Right. Cyber. Do what David requested you to do. I'm not taking over.
So, I'm just giving orders. So basically, possibly the biggest hype moment I have in television media, this isn't a TV show, but it's a
Doesn't have
movie,
to be.
and it's one of my favorite movies ever.
It doesn't have to be a TV show, but I just wanted to point out how you worded that, and you said it's one of your most hype moments in television history, and it's not a TV show.
Yeah, but movies
So-
are on television, aren't they? Do you look at your movies etched into trees, frame by frame? You have an orchard. Every tree is a different frame of the mummy.
I'm not even gonna start fucking picking holes in this shit because I feel like the topic will never begin if I do. So let's just go.
Well, that
Yeah,
was meant
sure.
to be a joke. That was obvious. No, okay, never mind. Basically, there's a let me start from the beginning. In order to understand this, we need to go back to the good
Let's
old
go back to the
year
Epic of Gilgamesh real quick, so you understand what a story is.
The origin of television is disputed to say.
Bro, the most hype moment for me was when Beowulf took down Grendel. Man, that was hype as fuck.
When that puppet appeared on the TV for the first time
When
in
that
black
train
and white.
pulled into the station, fuck me, man. That was
Can I put
intense.
Bro, let me tell you,
Favorite bit of the movie.
when they tied my boy to the mast so he could just hear the sirens sing, shit was wild, bro.
When Charlie Chaplin got hit in the head with that thing and he was severely injured.
Guys, when
Honestly,
Puss in Boots
Modern
had a
Times is a
realistic
really good
representation of a fucking panic attack on film, that was crazy. Modern Times is a really good movie.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't say I got
genuinely really like
goosebumps when I
No,
watched
neither
it.
would I. But
So
anyway,
shut the fuck up, Charlie. I don't care if you're a silent film fucking actor. You're still making too much noise for my liking, you
Did I
son
talk
of a
at
bitch.
the end? Or did I
Of
dream
Modern
that?
Times? No, you're probably thinking of
that's
The
a
Great
silent one.
Dictator, which is a totally different fucking movie, you idiot. Anyway, oh.
right.
Why'd I say that like I was gonna make a point? It's your turn, shut up.
So,
We got a case of the gigglies today, boys.
we do. Okay, so basically, when I was younger, when I was a really young guy, a person.
Such an awful way of telling a story.
No, I'm usually better than this. I'm nothing. Okay,
Maybe?
let me start.
Bro, the Wicked Witch of the West over here.
Let me continue. God damn it.
He didn't stop you. That was all you.
Basically, I'm a massive fan of the Transformers franchise. I know, it's a shock.
Oh, who would have
This is a complete unbelievable instance in the Cyberprime lore. I fucking love Transformers. In fact, the name Cyberprime comes from Transformers Prime. That's just Prime. But anyway, I love the franchise. I love Transformers 1. It was really cool. I refused to see Transformers Revenge of the Fallen 2 in the cinema because I thought Grimlock was a bad guy with one eye and I thought he was really scary. So the first time I seen it was on a dodgy DVD burned copy on the TV in a room that I was looking in through the door to. And then for Transformers 3, this is where I come to. For Transformers 3, I didn't get to go see it on opening day, but my cousin did, my older cousin. And when I was literally on the way in to see the film, we met my cousins, and my cousin said, oh yeah, all the Autobots die in it, and I was like, no, that's so bad, that's so sad. And then I was really sad, like genuinely at that moment, the king felt what it was truly like to be in pain. But I was
Just call
going,
yourself the fucking king.
no, you know the meme, you know the meme.
Just continue
You know
before
the
my...
meme. Do you not know the meme? Okay,
Shut up, keep going.
basically, I actually have momentum now. I'm able to keep talking without fucking bursting into fucking heat tears. But basically, I went in. I was really sad going into the film because I thought all of the Autobots were going to die. And from this moment on, I'm going to spoil the cinematic masterpiece that is Transformers: Dark of the Moon. So if you don't want any spoilers, maybe skip on in like 2 minutes. Because if we, well, maybe skip on 20 if we start giggling again and I'm trying to explain. But basically, in that film, at one point, the Autobots are like, they come to this political agreement that they will leave the Earth. So they all fly up into space, and all the humans are watching, and they're like really sad because their friends are going away. But then this ship, the giant ass spaceship, gets shot down by one missile from Starscream, and the entire thing fucking explodes, and all of them die. And there's a fucking incredibly hard shot of Sam Witwicky looking up into space as it falls down.
I
And
used that as a really funny meme once, but I can't remember what it was.
incredible input. But basically, sorry, I'm joking. That was funny. It is a great shot, though. I love that, and the music is fucking peak. That and Transformers 4 have like the best soundtracks in any of those movies, in my opinion. But basically, that broke my heart. I was so sad. I genuinely didn't want to keep watching the film, but I'm not a quitter, so I stayed in the film. I didn't run away like a little, you know. So I stayed in my seat. I was looking up at the screen as you do in a film, and minutes passed. Whereas it turned into an apocalypse movie, and all the Autobots were gone. The Decepticons had won, which is exactly what my cousin told me. And I was like, oh no, she didn't lie. I am so sad. I haven't found what the emotion of depression is. And then halfway through the second half, so about 3/4 into the film, maybe two-thirds, 3/4. That doesn't really matter. That doesn't matter. Basically, at one point, this person gets kidnapped. So then Sam is like, who's the main human? He's like, I gotta go and save her. So he runs into the city with a load of really cool extra characters, and that never get enough screen time. And basically, they get pinned down by an alien ship, and there's no way they're going to survive. And it's like, oh no, they're going to die too. And then all of a sudden, a fucking bullet gets shot at the ship from like off screen, and it crashes. And then they all stand up and they're like, what the fuck? And then you just hear two giant fucking timpani bass drums go like, dum dum. Dum dum, and then slowly a fucking casing falls out of the ground and bounces over them, and then you see it's all of I was about to say Transformer, it's Optimus Prime, and all of the other Autobots are still alive, and they're fucking back, and it just goes so hard, and he's like, we will kill them all, and it's so cool. It's one of the more genocidal Optimus Prime slight moments. The Wreckers come in, fucking rip a Decepticon in half, so that breaks some Geneva conventions, I'm sure. But it's an incredible
but they don't
shot.
Have a place called Geneva on Cybertron, so
no, it's the Iacon conventions. But it's an incredible shot. It makes me goosebumps to the. What the fuck is going on?
Italian for everything.
It makes me goosebumps. No, but it it increases. What am I saying? It.
I'm just letting this all happen.
I'm sorry. I get hyped. I get goosebumps. I get hype every single time that I watch it for the rest of my life. Because, and I think it all stems, not only is that a really cool shot and a really cool part of the film, and it was the first time in a while that I seen a movie where it's like all of the fucking good guys essentially die and then quotation marks come back. But I think it was because I was told beforehand that the Decepticons won. I was so surprised as a stupid child that they all came back, and it was the coolest thing ever. And that is peak cinema for me from then on. That one lie that was told to me completely raised the bar for me with cinematic excellence. And not many movies have reached that since for me. But yeah, that is my hype. That is possibly my most hype moment in cinema.
Nice.
That one bit where Optimus Prime and his friends come back to save the day in Transformers 3: Dark of the Moon, and it's really cool. And there's some cool music, and I managed to not laugh a lot during that, so I think the giddiness has waned away. But sorry.
I think so.
But yeah, that was good. I would highly recommend watching that. If you want to get a good commentary track, it's also on the channel.
Oh yeah, we did do that.
Yeah.
And you can see me want to die for like 2 hours, and then the movie starts finally.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it.
But you have to admit, it's good when the movie starts.
Yeah, it's really good when the movie decides to start about an hour and a half in.
Yeah,
like
and all
that's
the,
really good.
the John Turturro scenes, apart from that.
And all those, yeah, but
I
those
am
are
so
I sort of view them as like, you know, when you used to go see a movie. I'm wording this as though this actually happened to you, but you know when you used to go see a movie during like World War II and they play Looney Tunes
Oh,
cartoons
yeah.
at the start? That's to me, that's John Turturro was the Looney Tunes cartoon.
To get you invested, to keep you little
you
bits
hyped.
every so often. So just when you were getting too bored,
Yeah,
you
and then
pops
the
up
rest
again.
of the movie is all the
Just
news
when you
about the
thought you were
grueling
out.
war that was going on overseas, and then the movie starts.
Yeah, and it was a fucking
That's
good
nice.
movie.
Oh yeah. Do you want to go next, Turtle Guy, or will I?
May I please go next?
Sure.
Goddamn, bring
My
out
topic,
fucking
but I'll go fuck
table
myself.
manners.
Go for it.
Alright, so mine's got some of the stuff from what Cyber mentioned. It's a film, not a television.
What is this,
Similarities
charades or something?
It's got cool music. It's a DVD rip. And it's a CD. Mine, I'm gonna cheat a little. Mine are from the same
Space Jam.
My moments are, shut up. My moments are from the same films. Oh no, wait, they're not. Same franchise, different films. So.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Awesome, yeah, I'm so...
Okay,
Oh,
no,
God.
I'm trying to think. Okay. The first one is the end bit of Shrek 4.
Shrek 4.
Shrek 4?
I
that not
have
just a
two bits
dancing
from the
scene?
same franchise. No, they're not. Okay, the bit before the dance bit, where like Shrek gets real sad.
I don't
And then
remember
he
Shrek
fucking
4 at
dies.
all. I think
That's
I've only
okay,
seen that
because
twice.
it was.
Shrek 4 is a
I-
fucking banger.
It is. However, that's an honorable mention. The good stuff. Shrek 2, baby! Fucking giant gingerbread man!
Oh yeah,
Fucking-
okay, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
fun,
that is fair. That's probably the definitive
That's where
use of
you
I
got
Need a Hero.
goosebumps. You were like,
It's the best version of it because it's
Yeah,
that cover
it
of
actually is
It's
so fucking good. That
It is.
slaps. It's not on Spotify.
fucking.
It's got the Shrek soundtrack mixed in with it.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's so good, and it's got the actor singing, and I've forgotten her name.
I can't remember her name either.
I can't remember her name,
Yeah,
but it's really
Fairy
good.
Godmother.
Yeah, Fairy Godmother, really, really good singing.
Yeah, you got that, which is amazing. The giant gingerbread man, fucking young me would never have guessed that was gonna happen. I don't know why. Like, I was
Did you
just
not
like,
see the
what are they
foreshadowing
doing?
with Gingy like standing in the?
Nope, I seen it, but I was just like, the fuck they gonna do?
Bro was media
What?
literate from day one.
What is bro cooking?
Where's the bro bacon? Who let bro bake?
Who let Shrek bake?
Someone baked you. Oh.
Fucking, what was the name of the big gingerbread?
Mongo.
Mongo.
Yeah, Mongo. Who screamed like Godzilla? Question mark.
Yeah, he does it one
Yeah, he
stage.
does.
That's fucking amazing. Puss in Boots has a fucking fight, which is badass. And then you got the nice, just little rap. Shrek 2 fucking slaps.
Shrek 2 is
Shrek 2
genuinely
is
such a
actually
good
really
movie.
fucking good. It's got a load of like visual gags, like the fucking peppers, the pepper grinder on Nights.
Oh,
The TV
They did an
show.
O.J. Simpson joke.
Did they?
Yeah, in
white
that same
stallion?
scene, it's a white Bronco, and
white
that was the car
Bronco.
that's the car O.J. was driving when he was being chased by the cops in L.A. Was a
Oh,
white
wow.
Bronco.
Isn't
And
there
he is a
another?
white Bronco.
Isn't there another thing where like they attack like a quote unquote Starbucks and then they run into another Starbucks? Like,
Yeah,
right
and that was in
across the road?
2004.
That's so
So,
funny.
like, it's yeah.
Oh god,
Yeah.
that was ahead of its time.
But
Such a good movie.
no film I've seen since has got me so hyped about a giant gingerbread man, and with such a great soundtrack.
Yeah. Obviously.
I feel Saber had a lot to say about his, but that's
Well,
that's my first thought.
in your defense, I was fucking healing over with laughter for no reason for half of it. So
True. Shrek 2, bloody banger.
Yeah, very
that
good.
entire movie is a hype moment. I do agree.
It's
really good.
yeah.
And rest in peace to Smash Mouth song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did they,
Anyway, that's it.
did they only do songs for the first two movies?
I think so. No, I don't fucking know. I was about to. I don't know, man.
I don't remember.
I feel like there's a Smash
Let's
Mouth
not
song in
discuss the
the
third
Eels
one.
did songs for the second and third movie. Well, they used an Eel song in the second movie, and then they made one.
Did
Royal
David Bowie
Pain.
sing in the second movie, or was it just his song?
It was his song, but I don't think it was his version.
I don't think so.
No, it wasn't his version. There was a woman singing. Oh, fucking shut up. Me. I'm an idiot.
Imagine Dragons did
Um,
music for Starfield. That's just a random thing. Sorry.
That is so random. That has nothing to do with
Very
anything.
random.
Sorry. So carry on, David. What's your thing?
So my one is a TV show. I don't know why I'm saying that like as if the topic was TV. It's really not. It doesn't matter. It's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I talk about on a lot of
Ooh.
these.
I'm curious what you're going to talk about.
There's a lot of really good moments in it that
It's
could
the
be
same
considered
moment.
hype.
It's the same
No.
It's when
TV.
Buffy's mother died. Let's go. But no, it was the mid-season of the second season
Oh,
when
yeah.
I have no fucking.
Her boyfriend at the time, Angel, is a vampire and he's just turned evil, and he teams up with the evil vampires to raise this demon that's like indestructible. And the exact quote I think is it cannot be destroyed by mortal weapons or like something forged by man. So they're like, okay, how the fuck are we gonna stop this thing? And then they're like, okay, this, a lot's changed since the last time this guy was stomping around. So they find the demon and vampires in a shopping center, and Buffy like climbs up on this thing and sees the demon, and the demon's like, oh, you fucking can't stop me, whatever, classic demon speech. And then she picks up a fucking rocket launcher and shoots him with it.
Yeah.
And he's like, just before he gets shot, he's like, what is that? And then just fucking blam, rocket, bro's out. It's the coldest shit ever, because she's like really, she's usually like quippy and jokey and stuff, but like from the minute Angel turns evil to the minute she blows up that guy with a rocket launcher, she's like stone cold serious, and it's fucking so badass. And in that same season, at the very end, the evil Angel is, he's not named, he's a vampire, his name's Angel, is coming at her with a sword, and she's like down, she's got no weapon, and he's like, you got nothing left, like you got no hope, you got no friends, what's left? And then he swipes the sword at her and she catches it, she just says me, and then bams the sword into his nose and kicks the shit out of him and kills him. It's fucking so sick. Such a cool fucking show, man.
Yeah.
So hype. I was like,
So,
let's go.
Cool.
Yeah.
May I interject for a moment?
Why do you have
if
so much table manners right out of nowhere?
Yeah, what's going on? He told me to die in the group chat like 3 days ago. He's got table managers.
Yep. So from your recommendation, I watched Buffy, but like the older the show, I had no idea what was going to happen. And the bit that you mentioned, Angel becoming evil, basically, that came like completely out of left field for me.
Yeah.
So
I know.
I didn't know anything was. All of which you mentioned was like just I was amazed. I was like, what the fuck? Because like even the way they
What
show
the
in the show.
Oh, sorry, I thought I heard something again.
Even when they show in the show, you don't realize, oh, what's happening to Angel, and then it's like, oh, he's
Yeah.
evil now.
Yeah, well, because the episode where he turns evil ends with him just running out into the rain and like looking up at the sky and freaking out, and then it just ends, and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Bro
like,
just
just-
had a panic attack.
Yeah. So, pretty crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah, good show though. Highly recommend it. But yeah, that was mine. That was like the most hype. That and the very end of Angel. I think I've talked about that on other episodes, but it's good. It's good shit.
I have another thing. I have another hype
Yeah.
Oh.
moment. Two from the same game.
Crossing
So
over into games.
we are. There is a game that contains two of my favorite moments ever that have graced our screens, and it's from Super Smash Brothers Brawl, which had an adventure mode with cutscenes, and bloody hell, blow me away, they were bangers. So the first one,
Is that a Blur lyric? That's oh yeah, blow me away. They were bangers.
I don't know, but basically, the Super Smash Bros. Is like a crossover of loads of different iconic video game characters across different things, across
I'd be
different
shocked
genres.
to find someone that doesn't know.
Yeah,
Super
no,
Smash
but just
Bros.
in case, there could be like an 85-year-old man who just managed to just get Spotify, and he's like, "What is this?" And then I
If
want
you
to, I
got
want to
this
cater to him.
far after our
And his
fucking
first-
lunacy at the beginning.
he was just laughing away like, oh yeah.
Maybe this is a medical study then for something for heat stroke. They need something to see the effects it has on your mind.
Scientists are listening.
Why did you say it like that?
Heat stroke. Continue.
Oh my god. Anyway, basically, where was it going? Towards the end, all of the characters come together, and it's really cool, and it's really, really hype, and they're all flying different ships across from the different games towards a giant portal that they all need to get into. But after they get in there, they all band together. So nearly every single character you can play as in the game all comes together in a massive army, ready to take on this one guy in the center of it all, Taboo. But then he just wipes every one of them out in one move, and then just goes back to sleep. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? But then Kirby survives. But then once you go through all of the thing and rescue as many people as you can and get back to the end, the boss goes to do the one move again, but out of nowhere, a blue line just flies past and cuts through the wings because he has butterfly wings, and then it comes back and goes through it again and then breaks them, and then the blue line goes like whew, and then it hits a rock and then bops up into the air. It's a ball, and then it stops, and it turns out it's Sonic the Hedgehog. And my mind was blown when that happened for me for the first time. I was like, what in the hell? Sonic is so cool. I'm gonna buy the next Sonic game that I see, and which turned out to be Sonic Unleashed for the PS3, which was that was a strange entry point. But it was really Sonic, it looked so cool, and it was like, again, stupid child. I was like, oh no, we're gonna lose again, we're gonna have to do all that again. But then Sonic comes in right at the end to save the day, and it's so cool. And it honestly was one of the best moments I've had in gaming. It's incredible.
Imagine they made the game like that. Like, you just, like, wipe out your Kirby, build up again, wipe out, just like rinse and repeat.
Rinse
you just
and
keep
repeat
doing
forever.
It.
It's a meta commentary on the infinite replayability of video games.
What do you say, like Donald Trump? What the fuck?
I don't know. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I really love that.
I was a big Nintendo fan.
I love that piece of art that Super Smash Bros. Brawl is. I just thought that was really. That's a very TLDR of the moment, but that is kind of how it was. It just, I'm realizing a lot of my hype moments is when I realize or I think that everything has gone to shit, only to be surprised at the last second. It's a weird running thing, I guess, but that kind of idea does get me very hyped. But yeah, so does anyone else have any more questions you want to ask or any other kind of thing?
May I go again?
Stop with the fucking may I. We're friends. Just talk.
Oh, sure! When I ask nicely, oh, stop! When I am
Turtle
apparently
guy.
rude.
Turtle guy.
Yes?
It's when there's only a problem when you're interrupting the beginning. That is all that it is. Why is it quiet? Okay, so
I'm waiting for his fucking
my hype moment, baby.
Richie Rich over here to say his
The
fucking
Flash season 1 finale.
Alright, you know what? Can we?
No, let him cook. Let him cook. That was I can agree with this. I can agree. For a split second I thought you were gonna go with the actual fully finale, and I was gonna be very confused. Heat stroke has really gotten to him.
Little bit. So basically, my hype moment is not the final episode technically. It's the bit where fucking Green Arrow, Firestorm, and the Flash just beat the collective shit out of Reverse Flash, and then the actual finale of the show, which is great. Which is, again, just the Flash beating up the Reverse. I just like seeing people get beat up. But that is a beautifully written finale of
it's not how you should
the
have
first season of a show. What?
No, never mind. But I do agree that the end of season 1. Season 1
I don't know
was
why.
fantastic.
Season 1 and 2 of The Flash were just like really, like you go like, what the fuck? You fucking guys running around real quick. And like, and then,
You make it sound like you were a child. You weren't that young when you watched The Flash.
I was just there with my beverage. It was my equivalent of watching a sports game, and my beverage would go flying everywhere, and I'd be jumping out of my chair like, beat up that guy.
Have you ever gotten that excited about like a sports game or anything? Like where you leap out of your chair and like throw stuff? I'm mainly focusing this on David. Oh, okay.
I've never gotten that excited. I mean, at a live sports game, yeah, gotten excited like that, but not like watching it on
There's some
TV.
energy there.
Yeah, there is.
I do agree.
I have I've gasped like watching TV like oh.
My next hype one
Okay.
is.
No,
Sorry, your story
I agree
disinterested me,
with
so I was gonna.
Turtle Guy though. That was a good moment.
I'm not just gonna read this with no context
What? No,
because I don't
hang
want
on.
to spoil the specifics of it. It's
Okay.
from Invincible though. It's just a line of dialogue.
Okay, it's not a story.
No, it's
From
just a
Reddit,
line of
okay.
dialogue. For context, this happens like in the midst of like the craziest shit in Invincible. But I won't say the specifics of it because I know Cyber's gonna read it. But this is the
Yeah.
line. I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how fast you are. I can see the future. You don't live to see tomorrow. It's one of the fucking in the context of when he says that. Whoever says it, I'm not gonna say who. It's one of the coldest things I've ever seen in my life, and fuck me, it leads to like one of the best parts of that whole comic, which is my favorite comic ever, by the way. But on the topic of comics, because that was only a quick one, I'm going to do another one. My other favorite comic is Preacher, and about halfway through Preacher, there's a part where they go to the Monument Valley, so that the main character can do drugs and see if he can find out where God is, which sounds really weird out of context, but it gets weirder. So he's in the desert, and their vampire friend is hiding under a blanket in the pickup truck, and the villains have taken control of the US Army. So they're all converging in this one spot. But there's another character called the Saint of Killers, which is this immortal cowboy Grim Reaper type character, who has two pistols that will always hit their target and that cannot be killed. But he's already slaughtered like most of the villains at their old base, and now they're in the Arizona desert. So it's all coming to a head, and as soon as this cowboy guy shows up, the villains turn their attention on him because he's like the biggest fucking pain in the ass in the world. It gets to the point where nothing's working, so everyone's trying to escape, and the main villain calls in a nuclear bomb on the Saint of Killers and just drops it in the middle of the desert. And I think the issue ends where you don't know what happens to him, but one of the next issues you finally see what happens to him. He's just standing in the middle of a crater, surrounded by nuclear fire, looking up at the sky, totally untouched. And his line is not enough gun about the nuke they dropped on him. And it's one of the fucking coldest things I've ever seen in my entire life. He was so unfazed by a fucking nuke dropping on him. That guy in the end also shoots God in the face and takes over heaven. Crazy shit. Such a fucking cold motherfucker. God thinks he's escaped Jesse, who's the main character, because Jesse gives up his power at the end. So God goes back to heaven, and he's like, I can fucking just take back my seat and chill out. And he walks into the throne room, and the Saint of Killers is sitting on his throne with a stack of like 100 dead angels in front of him that he shot and killed. And God's like, what's up, brother? I can give you what you want. And the Saint of Killers is like, sorry, I made a promise, brother, and shoots God in the head. Fucking crazy. Anyway, that's a really good comic, and I was like, this motherfucker just took a nuke like a champ and said it was pussy mode. Like, bro, what the fuck? He also shot the devil. This guy's crazy. Yeah, so anyway, read Preacher. Good shit. Yeah, that's what I had another one, but I'll save it because I can't remember what it was. So go on.
I have
Someone else go.
another one. Another hype moment. An honorable mention is the end of The Usual Suspects, but that's I'm not gonna go any more details. Just yeah. The second one is the very beginning of Pacific Rim. There's one
Oh
bit
fuck yeah.
where there's two guys on a fishing boat, and
Yeah.
there's like a kaiju coming, so it's a big giant monster. And then they're I'm pretty sure this is I haven't actually watched it in a little bit, but I'm pretty sure this is what happens. The monster's coming towards them, and they're like, "Oh my god, we need to do something!" And then all of a sudden, a fucking physically it makes no goddamn sense, but just ignore it because it means that the robot had to be going on its fucking chest across the bay. Anyway, out of nowhere, the robot just steps up out of the water right in front of the boat. It's a giant robot, a Jaeger. Which are giant robots designed to fight the monsters, and picks up the boat, and the fisherman goes like, "Where's your god now?" And it's that's not at all what he sounded like, I don't think. But it's a fucking really cool moment. The first Pacific Rim has really grown on me over the years. It's just a really fucking cool movie.
Yeah.
And then I watched the anime, which is weird, and then the sequel is just
Music
disappointing.
is so good in that
Oh,
as
it's
well.
great. Yeah, no.
Whenever you see them like helicoptering the Jaegers in
Yeah!
as well,
Oh my
so
god, it's
badass.
just giant goddamn robots being brought around to fight monsters. It's just so goddamn cool. I need to watch
Fuck,
Gundam.
that's reminding me of like three different hype moments from some recent movies.
Oh yeah? Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
one of them is they're all from like the new Godzilla and King Kong movies.
Oh, okay. I was
But
thinking of Rise of the Beasts, but carry on.
no, but that's I'll let you talk about that one if you want. I remember sitting in the cinema for Godzilla in 2014, and there's
Oh
three moments in that
yeah.
movie that made me fucking squeal.
Oh my
The
god,
first
yeah.
one is Godzilla's actual introduction at the airport,
Yeah.
where the Muto is like fucking destroying shit, and then it turns around and you just see the foot slam down, and it does the slow like pan up, and there's like a choir going like oh, and then Godzilla just roars, and in the cinema it was fucking deafening, and it was so sick. The second
Doesn't wait,
moment
wait,
is
real quick. In the airport scene, doesn't everyone in the airport just instantly go silent when the foot slams down?
yeah,
Is that's
there's
so
no noise.
fucking cool.
There's the fucking foot comes down, and then there's just fucking everyone shuts up, and it's so oh. The second one is then when they're in San Francisco. There's like clouds everywhere, and they find the nest of the Mutos, and it's like there's dust everywhere. And Godzilla had been like kind of knocked down, and next thing through the dust, you hear like a vroom vroom, and you see these little blue
Oh
lights lighting
yeah.
up, and they get bigger and bigger, going up his back. And next thing he steps out of the smoke and just fucking blasts the Muto. It's so cool. And then the best part of the whole fucking movie is when the last Muto is about to go after um the egg or something. I can't remember. He's chasing Aaron Taylor Johnson for some reason, and Godzilla grabs it and beats the shit out of it, and then he just rips its jaw open and breathes the fucking atomic breath down its throat until its head comes off. It's fucking outrageously cool. Oh my
It
god.
actually is.
Whoever
I
came
want
up
to
with that
watch that
shit
movie
is.
again.
But even but Godzilla versus Kong as well. I remember when that came out, the build up to it was like I was really excited. Then it was they doing all the human shit at the start, and I was like, okay, all right, we got to deal with this. But as soon as it gets to that Shanghai or wherever it is, or Hong Kong, I can't remember where the finale set. As soon as it gets to that fight, fuck me, it was just non-stop. Like I felt so hyped up after it. But the specific part where King Kong shoves his axe down Godzilla's throat, I was like, this motherfucker, so cool. Yeah, but like nothing to me will beat because the way they did the scale of him in the first Godzilla movie was just incredible. And that specific moment of like the fin slowly lighting up was like because the sound design was so good. It was like boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom.
They
And then
also
goes like
took a really long time to actually introduce him into the film.
yeah, because he gets introduced like halfway through the movie, and then he just is like not in it again for a while. You see like glimpses of him, and then he comes back at the finale. A lot of people didn't like that about that movie, that you don't really see the monsters much, but I think that is to its benefit
Yeah,
for
at
the
least
type
for
of
that
movie they were
anyway.
trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you were having a movie as ridiculous as Godzilla versus Kong and you barely see the monsters, that would have been a joke.
Yeah.
But they were trying to make a very grounded, like human perspective, which I get the criticism that the humans aren't particularly interesting because they kill off Bryan Cranston really early on, and he's like the most interesting character in the movie. But I still think it's a good movie,
I
personally.
agree as well.
But yeah, who
Turtle,
wants to go next?
Turtle Guy, do you have
Is it
anything before I
my
go into Rise of
turn?
Beasts?
This is the last one that I can think of for a while, and it's just so many, plus I don't want to spoil any in particular. Doctor Who, baby!
Bum 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 ba-dum, bum bum.
So many times has this show, at least once a season, if not more. Big examples would just be like their generations, because it's just such a, like, it's always a moment that has had such a big fucking build up. And it is just this great moment of like you're witnessing the end of like a character and an actor's time playing this character. It's almost like just saying goodbye to this close person that you've been like with for ages, and you're like, I don't want to see this person go. So amazing. There's other like moments in the show where it's like either they do something really smart or it's like a big character reveal or something. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too into specifics, but it is just it's a show that always delivers.
I can
Even I
agree
will
with that.
say during its worst times.
I can agree with that. There's one episode that I watched that is I I don't want to give too much away, but the first introduction of the Dalek to the new Who, very good episode. I actually really like that episode. I think that episode was very, very well done.
I think
Really,
it's
really cool
one of
speech at
the-
the end.
Yeah. It was one of like the highest, or I think it's like one of like an episode most loved by like fans and that.
Yeah, well, I can count myself as one of them.
Oh, hey.
Well, hey. But yeah, another real quick. I'll do one more, because we're at 11. But
PM.
22.
22.
Anyway, so the Rise of the Beasts, Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, for fans who are not aware, is a bloody brilliant cinema going time. It's a cool movie is basically what I'm trying to say, but my brain just kind of did a thing. Great movie, fantastic movie. The soundtrack is really good. The actual story is just really fun. The villains are awesome. There's a lot of every time Optimus Prime speaks is a hype moment, to be honest.
Oh my god, he had some of the
There's-
coldest fictional lines of all time.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were cooking with the Optimus Prime dialogue, but
I
they
don't
fucking
know.
delivered.
Yeah, they got it so well. There's so many like one-liners that are just I don't even know how to describe them. Like, I can't think of a better place to bury you. It's a
I'll
fucking
show you the real power,
power
of a prime.
But it's
Shoves the
great.
man into molten lava.
I'll
like
bury you 6 feet under.
He basically said
He
shit
does,
like that.
essentially. But I think my favorite hype point, there's a couple of them, but my favorite hype point of that entire film is the very, very beginning. Because for context, I didn't watch trailers for the Rise of the Beasts going into it. So there's a lot of the movie that I didn't realize was in it. And spoiler alert, the movie begins showing a planet in space, and there's a weird synth kind of voice or synth kind of soundtrack going on that's like eerily familiar. And I remember trying to figure out what it was, and then a voiceover starts talking about something, and then all of a sudden it clicks in your head that holy shit, this is the same or a version of the theme of Unicron's theme in the original Transformers, the animated movie. And then all of a sudden Unicron comes into frame, about to fucking devour a planet in the full same design as G1, and it's so good. It's like stand out of my chair kind of moment. That was on par with seeing Daredevil in Spider-Man Far From Home for the first time for me, where I actually did get out of my chair. But yeah,
Can
no,
we
that was
talk
really.
about that, or do we have no time?
Oh, I don't think we have time, if I'm being honest, but that could be cinema trips if we do one for that. But
I don't
yeah,
think we should.
there's so much.
there's
we
a
have
lot
to
of them.
discuss
Even
about
my
that.
driving for cinema trips, Turtle Guy trying to go to a certain movie could be discussed. His symbiotic relationship with it. But yeah, no, that movie is incredible, full of hype
That movie
moments.
had a lot of hype moments for me. For me, as a big Beast Wars slut, hearing,
yeah.
seeing Optimus Primal when he shouted "Maximize."
Yeah, that's possibly the
Cheetor,
hypest.
Inox, Maximize.
That's possibly
made
the
me
hypest
fucking
part
so
of it.
giddy.
The
Even
soundtrack
though it was
kicks
a
in
little
there as
disappointing
well.
that they didn't look like too different in their robot modes, and also
Yeah.
Cheetor and Rhinox kind of didn't do anything. But that moment specifically was sick.
Yeah, no, it was the soundtrack really added to it. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. The only thing is the post-credit scene was very unhyped.
Yeah. Well,
but apart
thankfully, it
from
wasn't. We didn't actually have to wait for it. It was just part of the movie.
Yeah, I
is
guess.
good.
Yeah.
But
I
can I do
also-
one more really quickly before we wrap
Wait,
it up?
real quick, I also only found out that apparently they actually directly named Charlie in the Spanish dub.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Because they
in
just
the
called her the other human or something.
yeah,
like that.
apparently instead of saying that, Optimus actually says Charlie in the Spanish dub. But anyway, that's just a thing I discovered today. But anyway, go with your quick thing, and then
So
we
my-
have 7 minutes ish.
My final one that I want to say before we wrap things up, probably one of my all-time favorite moments in any movie ever, is in
Oh, I get
Spider-Man
this.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, not what I thought you were going to say.
No.
Oh, I think
And it's specifically the scene where it's the "What's Up Danger" sequence,
Oh yeah.
basically.
Oh, incredible.
Where it's got all the dialogue of the other Spider-Men. The reason I got reminded of it is because we were talking about how in Shrek 2, they mixed the song with the score,
Yeah.
which is pretty funny. But the way they mix "What's Up Danger" with the actual score by Daniel Pemberton is fucking outstanding.
It's
and
so good. I've
the
listened to that theme.
visuals are so perfect, and the dialogue they chose to replay, and like, oh, just so much of it. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many little details. Like, the one thing I found out about years later, which I love, the they mix in the line about it's a leap of faith in as he jumps off the building, but as he jumps off the building, glass smashes behind him, so it's showing that he isn't actually 100% sure about it. Because you know how they say you have to relax and your fingers will come off the thing. And
Oh,
whatever. But he's not
yeah.
100% relaxed. So when he jumps off, the glass smashes because it is a leap of faith for him. And like that whole
Oh,
back
that's
end.
cool.
Of that, I mean, the whole movie's perfect in my opinion. But the whole back end of it, from that moment till the end, is perfection.
Even
I
in
didn't
the
think about
script,
that.
it
That's really
says like it looks like Miles is falling, but then he's rising or something.
Yeah, that shot
Oh
Something like
yeah,
that.
where it
is
flips it.
so good.
Oh, that entire movie is perfection, actually.
Yeah, it's. I could do that. I could talk about that movie for the rest of my
We
life.
We should
That's one
do
of the
like
best
our own
movies ever
version
made.
of the Oscars or something. We should have like awards
Yeah, I think
and
so.
and choose the best films. But I thought you were going to mention the T-Rex at the end of Jurassic Park. Is what I thought you
The
were
T-Rex
gonna
at the
say.
end of Jurassic Park is fucking amazing.
That is
but,
what I thought it was going to be.
The T-Rex breakout scene is one of my favorite scenes of any movie ever, and I got to see that on the big screen very recently,
Yeah, that was
which
cool.
was fucking, that was a hype moment. Actually, okay, the 2 hours and 7 minutes that Jurassic Park runs for, that was a hype moment when I got to see that in the cinema for the 30th anniversary, because that's my all-time favorite movie, and that was sick. It's a sick time to be alive. Anyway, guys, 11:22:63. We gotta wrap this shit up because it's too hot to be awake, and I want to sleep. So, yeah, you guys have fun.
I did have fun, actually. I did.
I feel like we should ask that at the end of the episodes because I want to know if you
Yeah.
guys are having a good time.
Yeah, we should have feedback
Um,
on the host.
Yeah, because I fucking feel like my mind finally is at ease. So
It was a weird start, but like that's it's
yeah.
small talk for you guys.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
we
fucking
got there in the end.
loose talk. But I had a good time, and I enjoyed this. And if you enjoyed it, hey, guess what? We got more episodes. We got a backlog if you haven't listened to those, and we do a new episode every Friday. So maybe subscribe to us on YouTube or also Spotify.
Yeah.
You can also watch more of our fucking insane ramblings on the Cyberprime channel where we record many videos together, and sometimes Cyberprime does them on his own. And if you want to watch that, seek professional help. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking.
Oh, it's true.
But the Cyberprime channel can be found, and also Turtle Guy has a channel where he uploads every once in a blue moon, Turtle Talks, which is
There
like
was
this.
a blue moon and I didn't
And-
upload.
Imagine if the first 20 minutes of this episode was an hour, and that's every single episode. of Turtle
There's one
Talks.
episode in particular that we can't wait to get to get listened. It's the it was Turtle Guy made a game show, kinda.
Oh my!
I
fuck,
cannot
why would
wait
you
until
remind me about
that
that?
exists.
Why would you
Wait,
remind
what?
me of that?
We've all suppressed
yeah.
it. We've suppressed it because it was traumatizing, but I cannot wait until it comes out. I'll be
too.
listening to that to drive home from work.
Oh my god, I'll be listening to that in work, and someone will be like, "Why are you putting a stapler down your throat, buddy?" And I'm like, "That's fucking all I had." Anyway, yeah, and you know what, guys? If you did enjoy this episode for some reason, again, seek medical help, but also give us 5 stars on the way in the ambulance or whatever you take there. And
Right
Yeah.
before.
Need a
Just
break
right
from
before.
the ads. Oh man.
and guys, if you're in the same room as me and you hear an Apple iPhone alarm, run. Away.
Run. That is the last thing you will hear. Or the
Run
last thing
fast.
David will hear before he blacks out. And then re-emerges covered in
I'm
blood.
not
20
responsible
days.
for my actions when the alarm goes off, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, watch your backs because you don't know where Turtle Guy is at any given time,
I could be anywhere.
and it's
I
scarily
could be
true.
in a ghillie suit.
Standing upright in a field because that's how he thinks they're used.
If you see a human-shaped bush in an open field of snow, it's probably Turtle Guy.
Could be
So
me.
give him a 2-foot drop kick from yours truly.
Oh no! My only weakness.
Violence. Anyway, goodbye.
Goodbye,
I'm waving,
my
you can't see
lover.
me.
Goodbye and have
my
a good day.
That was so much. What the fuck?
What?
That's a lot.
try to have a
I already
hat.
mentally checked out of this, so that was too much energy for me.
Oh, I
And honestly,
apologize.
fucking cool it,
You
brother.
spooked them, honestly. Look at him.
My fucking feathers are rustled.